guys, Miss Olson here. So today we are starting chapter 10, which is awesome. You should be really excited and proud of yourself because this is the last chapter in 8th grade, which means that you finished all of the 8th grade book. So today we are going to be talking about exponents, and we've actually worked with exponents in the past. So if you guys remember back to chapter 8 when we worked with volume, the volume of a sphere is V equals pi r squared times height. So this right here, this square, that is an exponent. So this is radius to the power of 2. And today we're going to kind of go more in depth of what that means. So when we talk about exponents, we have a base, which is the big number on the bottom, and then we also have the power, which is the exponent that goes up in the right-hand corner of the number. So this right here says 1/2 to the power of 5. So this right here is our base. This is our exponent, which is called our power. And the power tells us how many times we are going to multiply the base by itself. So in this case, it's 1/2 to the power of 5. So we are going to multiply 1/2 times itself 5 times. So 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2. So this is the same thing as 1/2 to the power of 5. Now we're going to do some examples of what that means. So if we have something and I asked you to take something that looks like this, if we had -7 times -7 times -7, and I told you to write that using exponents, what you would do is, first of all, you want to make sure that it's using multiplication, and then you want to count how many times you're multiplying by itself. So in this case, we're multiplying -7 times itself 1, 2, 3 times. That means our exponent is going to be 3. So we're going to do -7 to the power of 3. Now, I want you guys to be careful because if you ever see parentheses around a negative, you want to make sure that your answer also has the parentheses. If it doesn't, Clever's not going to take that answer. Our next one, and if you ever have any problems about how to work exponents in your calculator or how to put it into Clever, you can either ask your teacher, or if you watch the video that Miss Browder made earlier this week, it's awesome and it will clarify any questions for you, okay? Exponents are not only just for bases that have numbers, but they're also for variables. So sometimes you'll get something that looks like this. This says pi times r times r times r. And I ask you to write this using exponents. What you're going to do is you're going to count how many pi's there are. So in this case, there's 2. So that's the same as pi to the second power times however many r's there are. There's 3 r's, so that's the same as r to the third power. So this is what your answer would be if you wanted to write this using exponents. Now we're going to learn how to evaluate problems using exponents. So evaluating means that you're going to be solving. So if I ask you to evaluate the following question, so evaluate -2 to the 4th power, what I'm asking you to do is to solve what is -2 to the 4th power. So -2 to the 4th power is the same as -2 times -2 times -2 times -2. Plug that into your calculator and you get 16. So that means -2 to the power of 4 equals 16. Now this is where you want to be a little careful because that 4 belongs to the -2. Since this is in parentheses, that 4 belongs to everything inside that parentheses, right? Now that's different than if you have a question that looks like this, -2 to the 4th power. So I'm just going to put a line right here so you guys can kind of see that this problem is going to be different than this problem down here. So -2 to the 4th power is going to be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, because that 4 only belongs to the 2. But since we still have this negative out front, we're just going to put that in the front. Okay, so you can't really see that. Let me write this a little better. You're going to put the negative right out front, just to remind you that that negative has to come down with your answer. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, that's 16. But we still have this negative, so we're going to bring that negative down. So our answer becomes negative 2 to the 4th power equals negative 16. So just be careful when you're doing negatives using exponents, because this answer is different than if it has parentheses. Awesome. Okay, the last thing that we have to learn how to do is evaluate when it's in a bigger problem. So in the past, we've learned what orders of operations are, but we haven't really talked about exponents. So when we're talking about orders of operations, we have PEMDAS, right? P, E, M, D, A, S. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Exponents, we used this kind of back when we talked about radicals and square roots and cubed roots. So we're going to talk about this even more in this next section. So after you do your parentheses, you have to do your exponents. So if I have a problem that looks like this, sorry, I don't have a good eraser. So if I have a problem that's 3 plus 2 times 3 to the 4th power. So we look for our parentheses. In this problem, there's no parentheses. Then we're going to go to our exponents. So we have 3 to the 4th power, which is the same as 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. We are going to start with that. So if I plug this into my calculator, 3 to the 4th power, which is the same as 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, then this is 81. So I'm bringing down the rest of my equation, 3 plus 2 times 81. Then we're doing PEMDAS still, so we did parentheses. There wasn't any. We did exponents. We've done that. Now multiplication, division comes before addition. So 2 times 81 is 162. 3 plus 162 is 165. That is our final answer. So we already know the rules of the orders operations. All we are doing is we're adding that little exponent step that we haven't really done yet, which comes after parentheses. So everyone should have a assignment on Clever that your teacher has already assigned. This video should help you with that. If you have any questions, please ask your teacher, pause the video, rewatch it, all of that. I miss you guys. I'll talk to you later.